morning students, and welcome in today's video. In today's video we are going to revise our chapter number 5, that is separation of substances, and your friends are going to help you in revising your chapter 5. So let's start. Before starting, I want to ask you all that you all must have seen that in our daily life we separate many things from the mixture. For example, we separate tea leaves from the liquid with the help of a strainer while preparing tea. We separate grains from the stalks while harvesting. So there are many examples through which you can see that we are separating many things from the mixture in our daily life. But I want to ask you one question. Why you think that we need to separate the substances from the mixture? What is the reason?
We need to separate different components of a mixture to use its component separately. Some of the components are useful and some are not. Just like an example, we separate stone or swipe particles from rice before cooking it. We separate tea leaves from tea using strainer. Thank you.
Excellent. Now my next question for you is, what do you think? Do we have only one method of separating the substances, or we are having many different methods to separate the substances from the mixture? What do you think?
No ma'am, we are having many methods of separating substances.
Great. Now let's learn about the different ways, different methods of separating the substances.
Method or separation is hand picking. In hand picking method, we separate the substances with our hand. Let me show you one example. Here I have taken rajma in my plate. These rajma are having some impurities and some stones in them. I am going to remove these impurities with my hand. See, I am removing these stones. So I am removing with my hand. So this method or separating the things with our hand is known as hand picking. Thank you.
Good morning. Today I am Akshita Patyal going to tell you the second method of separation. The second method of separation the substances is threshing. In threshing, we separate the grains to the stalk by hitting it on the hard surface. In nowadays, we do the threshing with the help of various machines. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. Today we are going to tell you about an interesting method, that is winnowing, a method of separation. This method is mainly used for separating impurities from grains, pulses, etc. Let us show you an example. I am having some pulses with impurities in it. I will take the plate and she will blow the air. All the impurities blow away with the air and the pulses flow down. This is how our pulses will get separated. This process is called winnowing. Thank you.
The fourth method is sieving. It is one of the methods we use to separate impurities from substances. In sieving, we use a sieve to separate substances. Let me show you one example. Here I am having a sieve and one substance, that is flour. Now I put it into the sieve. Now I will shake it well. So I am shaking it. So you can see some impurities like husk, stones, etc. So this process is known as sieving. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Lavika Singh from class 6th E going to explain the fifth method of separation. So the fifth method of separation is sedimentation. I will let you know by doing the activity. So for this activity we need sand and a glass of water. So I will put a sand in the water. I have put the sand and mix it well. So For a few minutes, we will wait. So, as you can see, the soil is settled down in the water. When a heavier components in the mixture settle down when water is added in it, this process is known as sedimentation. Thank you.
The sixth method of separation is deconsation. After sedimentation, when heavy particles settle down, we remove the above water along with dust. Removing this water is known as deconsation. See, first I have done here sedimentation. Now I will remove this water from it. Removal of this water is known as deconsation. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. Today I, Praveen Kaur of class 6D APS Fuel Can is going to tell you about a very interesting method, and in fact the seventh method of separation, known as filtration. Filtration is a method used to separate very fine dust particles or mud particles through a filter paper, a piece of cloth or a strainer. So today we're going to do a very interesting experiment. In this experiment, we're going to be needing a filter paper or a cloth. If you don't have a filter paper, you can use a cloth. And you need an empty container and a container filled with muddy water. So, what we're going to do in this experiment is that we're going to pour this dirty mud water into the clean container, and when we put out the cloth, then you can see that we have clean water. So, let's do the experiment. So I have poured the dirty water, and now I'm going to remove the cloth, and you will see that we get very much less water, but if we do this process 2-3 times,
That is evaporation. The conversion of water into vapor is called evaporation. Let me give you one example. For this activity, I have taken one pan and glass of water. Let me put it. Let me boil it for some time. Water is boiling. You can see the vapors coming out of it. This process of conversion of water into vapors is called evaporation. Thank you.
Method of separation is condensation. Here, let me show you with an activity. So, I am having a pan in which water is being added and we are heating the water. So, we all know that when we heat water, it gets converted into water vapor. So, here water vapor are coming out. Let me just close this pan with the help of a plate. Now, I am adding some ice on the plate so that plate will be cool. So, when the vapor come in the contact of this cold plate, so they again get converted into its liquid form. So this method of conversion of vapors back to its liquid form is known as condensation. Thank you.
Good evening everyone, I am Alfred from class 6E. Today I am going to show you how to separate salt from water. So for this process we will need a pan, a glass of water and some salt. First I am going to add this salt into the water. And mix it well. So now, as you can see, the salt is mixed in the water. So now I am going to put the water into the pan. As you can see, now I have placed the water for boiling. Now you see the water is boiling. Now as you can see that the water has fully evaporated, leaving the salt behind. So this is the salt we got by evaporating the salty water. Thank you.
So children, these were the different methods of separating the substances. Now we are going to learn about saturated solution. What is a saturated solution? Let's learn about it.
Now I'm going to tell you about a saturated solution. So a saturated solution is a solution in which we cannot add any more substances to it. Let me show you an example. Here I have took one glass full of water. Now I am going to add 1 spoon of salt in it. I am mixing the salt. You can see that the salt has completely dissolved in water. Now I am going to add 1 more salt to it. I am mixing it and again it dissolved. Now I am going to take 1 more spoon of salt and mixing it. But when I am mixing it, it doesn't get dissolved. This is because it is salted and had become a saturated solution. So this solution cannot be added anymore. So such solutions which cannot be added any more substance is called as saturated solution.
Children, I hope you all have enjoyed revising your chapter number 5. We are going to revise more chapters in our next video. So till then, stay home, stay safe. Have a great day.